Hello all, Kate here. I am going to talk today about sensory processing disorder. So this is a little different than my usual self-care talk, but this is something that I am dealing with in my life, and I just want to share what I am doing and see if anyone has any suggestions to help. So I have a 4-year-old daughter, and she has not been officially diagnosed by a doctor, but from what I understand, there is no set diagnosis criteria for sensory processing disorder. So I'm going to read what it says on WebMD, just so that we know what we're all talking about. Sensory processing disorder is a condition in which the brain has trouble receiving and responding to information that comes through the senses. Formally referred to as sensory integration dysfunction, it is not currently recognized as a distinct medical diagnosis. Some people with sensory processing disorder are oversensitive to things in their environment. Common sounds may be painful or overwhelming. The light touch of a shirt may chafe the skin. Others with sensory processing disorder may be uncoordinated, bump into things, be unable to tell where their limbs are in space, be hard to engage in conversation or play with. So in talking about my daughter, the main thing that we see in her is that she doesn't like to wear clothes. She's been going through a naked phase for about the last 5 months, and I'll talk more about her specifically. I want to finish reading this. Sensory processing problems are usually identified in children, but they can also affect adults. Sensory processing problems are commonly seen in developmental conditions such as autism, the autism spectrum disorder. Sensory processing disorder is not recognized as a standalone disorder, but many experts think that should change. I'm not an expert, but my daughter doesn't have any other obvious diagnosis or anything like that, but she definitely has issues with sensory processing. So my daughter specifically, like I said, she's been going through this naked phase for about 5 months now, and what that looks like is everything, her explanation is that everything is too tight. I can put her in clothes that are 2 sizes too big, and it's too tight. It's darn near falling off of her, but it's too tight. And unfortunately, I haven't found a correlation between certain materials. I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried different materials, different sizes, different styles. We cut the tags out of everything. Dresses are a good option a lot of the time. It's at least easier to get on and off, we found, because one of the things that so she doesn't like to get in a seatbelt with clothes on. So we get naked when we get in the car and put our seatbelt on, which is not ideal, especially as it starts getting colder outside. But it's what, at this point we're keeping like a blanket in the car so that she can cover up once she has the buckle on, because it seems that as long as the buckle is underneath the cover up, it's okay. She sleeps naked, and one thing that we've noticed is if we put a blanket over her and then wrap our arm around her to, cuddle with her as she goes to sleep or give her a hug or whatever, it's too tight because the blanket is in between our arms around her and her skin. So feeling that material on her skin with the added weight of an arm around her is too much for her to handle. So this is some of the things that I just wanted to share are ways that we are coping with this. The first main thing is that what we noticed is punishment. She doesn't need punishment. She needs to be understood. It needs to be, it's getting to the point, at first we'd be like, well, you have to put clothes on or you don't get this, or you have to put clothes on or we're going to take a toy away, or, things like that. And we tried, positive reinforcement. We tried taking things away. We tried a lot of different things. And it really wasn't a matter of understanding those punishments and understanding putting clothes on as something that she needs to do. It's the fact that we need to understand what she's going through, because the way that her clothes feel on her skin is uncomfortable to her, and sometimes it makes her cry. Sometimes it seems that she's in pain because the clothes, feeling those clothes tight on her skin is causing, her brain does not process that the same way as my brain does. So one of the things that obviously we've done is just allow her to be comfortable in situations where it's acceptable, when we're at home, when she's going to bed, when she's in our car. We just allow her to be naked. Obviously that's again not ideal, but that's what has worked for us so far. When we go to pick out clothes, I take her with me and we try things on. I let her feel it on the rack, and I let her feel it on her body before we buy anything. When we're picking out clothes in the morning for our day, I allow extra time. Usually what I do is I lay out 2 or 3 choices of pants or shorts or skirt and shirts. When it's a school day, she has to wear pants or shorts, no skirts or dresses, because she doesn't wear underwear with her clothes. So she can't go to school with a dress or a skirt with no underwear, so she has to wear shorts or pants. So I'll lay out what her options are for the day, and we make sure we have plenty of time to pick out what she's going to wear. We also allow more time, not just getting ready as we leave in the morning, but going places, because as I said, we allow her to be naked in the car. So we allow for extra time to get dressed and undressed. I struggle sometimes with patience when it comes to that, but I am working on that, and we just take deep breaths together, and that's just part of our routine, is to leave time for her to be comfortable. And then another routine, that's what I said, routine is another really good thing. So we have set routines, at night when it's bedtime, and in the morning when we wake up, and when we go places, we have routines. I've incorporated a lot of essential oils. She loves her kid oils, and I find that when she's using her oils, she's definitely less overwhelmed. She does a really good job of keeping her clothes on when she knows she needs to, like at school. I was really worried because she started school about 2 months ago, and that was about 3 months into her whole naked phase, and I was so worried that she was going to get to school and try to get naked. But thank goodness, knock on wood, she's made it 2 months and hasn't tried to get naked at school. The only thing we were asked is one time she had some shorts on that were a little loose around the legs, and the teacher says, "Does Ryan not wear underwear?" And I said, "No, she doesn't." And she said, just kind of pay attention to what shorts she's wearing, because we don't want anything showing. So again, that's why she doesn't wear skirts and dresses, and we have to watch the shorts that she's wearing too. So I'm putting all of this out there because I am sure that there are other parents who have the same thing going on. And I just wanted to share what we do. And I want to open up a conversation, hopefully, with people. If you have a kid who's going through a naked phase and just won't quit, my dog is climbing on the couch behind me. And you have a kid that has the sensory processing issues and is going through a naked phase, I'm curious what you do. And yeah, so that's why I'm here today. I just wanted to talk about this. It's something that is somewhat of a struggle sometimes. So I just, thank you for listening. And if you have anything to contribute to the conversation, I appreciate it. Please, no judgments. No, I want to keep it kind here.